Good morning, students. So today I start your syllabus with unit 1, that is matrices. All you have studied matrices in your PUC level. Okay, so now I just want to recapitulate all the things that you have studied in your PUC level. Okay, so what are matrices? What are types of matrices? Then how to multiply two matrices? How to add two matrices? Okay, so like that, all that basic things are there. Just I want to recapitulate so that in the next class I'll solve the problems. Okay, so now today we know what is a matrices. Okay, so all you know that a matrix is an arrangement of numbers in the form of rows and columns. A matrix is an arrangement of numbers in the form of rows and columns. So then it is called as a matrix. Okay, so if a matrix contains m rows and n columns, then this matrix is known as m cross n matrix, or we can say that the matrix is of order m cross n. Okay, suppose in this example, in this examples the elements are arranged in the form of rows and columns. So how many rows are there? So there are two rows. This is one row and this is second row, and there are three columns. Okay, so therefore this matrix is known as 2 cross 3 matrix, or we can say that a matrix of order 2 cross 3, because it has 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay, and the numbers that is 2, -1, 5, 3, 0, 4, they are called as its elements. So similarly, a m cross n matrix is written as in this way. Okay, the first element is a11, next a12, a13, dash dash dash, a1n. Similarly, the second row a21, a22, a23, dash dash dash, a2n. So that this becomes n columns. So how many columns are there? Here 1, 2, 3, so and n columns. Like that, here a31, a32, a33, a3n, and it continues like that, and last is am1, so that this represents m rows. So m rows and n columns, and this matrix is denoted by m cross n matrix. Okay, so now square matrix. A square matrix means what? A matrix is said to be a square matrix if number of rows is equal to the number of columns. If it contains rows and number of rows and number of columns same, okay, then it is called as a square matrix. For example, in this example here, the number of rows are 3 and number of columns are also 3. So therefore it is a square matrix. Okay, so next we go to row matrix. So row matrix means what? A matrix having only one row. A matrix having only one row and any number of columns. Then it is said to be a matrix. It is said to be a row matrix. For example, here in this case, there is only one row. 2, 5, -3, 0. There is only one row, but 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Okay, so one row and 4 columns. So therefore it is called as a row matrix. Okay, so similarly, next column matrix means a matrix having only one column and any number of rows. Okay, a matrix having only one column and any number of rows, then it is called as a column matrix. So in this example, see how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3. So 3 rows are there and we have only one column. Okay, only one column. So therefore it is a column matrix. Okay, so next comes null matrix. A null matrix means what? A matrix in which each element is 0. Then it is called as a null matrix or zero matrix. Okay, now see here, a zero matrix is always denoted by like this. So this is equal to each element is 0 here. Every element is 0. Then it is called as a zero matrix or a null matrix. Okay, next comes diagonal matrix. Now a square matrix in which a non-diagonal elements are 0 is called a diagonal matrix. For example, see here in this matrix, this is known as the diagonal of this matrix. Okay, this is known as the diagonal. Okay, this is a square matrix and this is called as a diagonal elements. Okay, now here if all the elements above the diagonal and also below the diagonal are 0. So now this is the diagonal and above this diagonal we have all the elements are 0. Similarly, below this diagonal all the elements are 0. So therefore this is called as a diagonal matrix. A diagonal matrix, that means only the diagonal elements have the numbers and all other elements are 0. So therefore it is called as a diagonal matrix. Okay, so next comes a scalar matrix, a diagonal matrix in which all the diagonal elements are equal to a scalar, say k. Okay, all the diagonal elements are equal to some scalar, that is called as a scalar matrix. A scalar matrix. Okay, so in this case, now see here, this is an example of a scalar matrix. Now see, all the diagonal elements are equal to same constant, that is 2 2 2 2 2 2, and all other elements are 0. Similarly here in this also all the diagonal elements are equal to the same constant, that is minus 5. Okay, then all the elements are 0. So this is called as a scalar matrix. Scalar matrix means what? If the elements in the diagonal are same and all the other elements are 0, that is above the diagonal elements and below the diagonal elements all the elements are 0 and the elements present in the diagonal, they should be same. Okay, so this is known as a scalar matrix. Next comes unit matrix. Okay, so unit matrix means what? A scalar, it is a scalar matrix in which each diagonal element is unity. Each diagonal element is unity, or it is called as identity matrix. Unit matrix is also called as identity matrix. For example, in this example, now see here the diagonal elements are equal to 1, right? The diagonal elements are equal to 1 and all others are 0. So it is a unit matrix of 2 cross 2. Similarly here, the elements in the diagonal are equal to 1 and all other elements are 0. So therefore it is known as a unit matrix of order 3 cross 3. Next comes upper triangular matrix. So upper triangular matrix means what? It is a matrix in which all the elements below the diagonal are 0. Okay, so now see here, this is a matrix, right? This is a matrix. Now here, this is a diagonal. Now all the elements below this diagonal are 0. Okay, so it is denoted by the triangle are 0. So therefore it is called as upper triangular matrix. Only that is the elements below the diagonal are 0. So only it is known as upper triangular matrix. Next, similarly, lower triangular matrix. So lower triangular matrix means what? All the elements above the diagonal are 0. All the elements above the diagonal are 0. So they are called as, it is called as a lower triangular matrix. Now see here, this one upper triangular matrix and lower triangular matrix. See the difference. Here upper triangular matrix means what? All the elements below the diagonal are 0, and lower triangular matrix means all the elements above the diagonal are 0. Okay, so this is known as lower triangular matrix. Next comes equal matrices. Now two matrices A and B are said to be equal if and only if they have the same order and their corresponding elements are equal. So means what? Equal matrices means, if suppose that if one matrix is of order 2 cross 3, if a matrix say A is of order 2 cross 3, and suppose B is another matrix, okay, then if it is also of order 2 cross 3 and B is also having the same elements as the as the elements as A. Okay, so both A and B are having the same elements, and both A and B are having the same order, then they are said to be equal. Then they are said to be equal. Okay, so next comes addition of matrices. Addition of matrices. Now see here, two matrices are said to be conformable for addition if they have the same order. Suppose that if you want to add two matrices, they should be conformable. They should be conformable. Conformable means what? Means they are eligible for addition. They are eligible for addition. So if A and B are two matrices of the same order, so to add two matrices, it is very, very important that the two matrices should have the same order. Suppose that if you want to add A and B matrices, A is also having 2 cross 3 order and B is also having 2 cross 3 order, then only we can add these two matrices A and B. If suppose that A is of order 2 cross 3 and B is of order 3 cross 4, so then both cannot be added because the order is different. A is of order 3 cross 2 and B is of order 3 cross 4, so order is different, therefore we cannot add these two matrices. To add matrices, it is very, very important that the two matrices are having the same order. Okay, so then only we can add two matrices. Now see here, if A and B are two matrices of the same order, then their difference A minus B is a matrix whose elements are obtained by subtracting the elements of B from the corresponding elements of A. Both addition and subtraction can be done only if both A and B are having the same order. Okay. For example, now here take some examples here. Now A is a matrix having the elements 2, 5, minus 1 and 3, 0, 4, and B is another matrix having the elements 1, minus 6, 2, minus 2, 5, 7. Okay, so now see here, both are having, this is a 2 cross 3 matrix, right? 2 rows and 3 columns, and B is also 2 rows and 3 columns, correct? So A and B can be added. So A plus B is equal to is very simple. The corresponding element should be added. Now here the first element of the first row is 2. The first element of first row should be added to the first element, the first row of the first element of the first row of matrix A should be added to first element of the first row of the matrix B. That is, A plus B is equal to 2 plus 1, then 5 minus 6 minus 1 plus 2, 3 minus 2, 0, 5, then 4, 7. Okay, like this we have to add. That is equal to 2 plus 1 means 3, 5 minus 6 minus 1, then 2 minus 1, that is plus 1, 3 minus 2, 1, 0 plus 5, 5, 4 plus 7, 11. So like this we add. The corresponding elements of the matrices should be added here. That is only. Okay, next similarly A minus B. A minus B again we same conduct. So 2 minus 1, 5 minus of minus, this becomes plus. So 5 plus 6, minus 1 minus 2, next 3 minus of minus plus 2, then 0 minus 5, 4 minus 7, which is equal to 1, 11 minus 3, 5 minus 5 minus 3. So this is how we add two matrices. Okay, next we go to multiplication of a matrix by a scalar. Okay, multiplication of a matrix by a scalar means multiplying matrix with a constant. Suppose that if A is of order, if A is a matrix containing the elements Aij. Okay, so then the product of the matrix A, that is the containing the elements Aij, by a scalar k is denoted by k into A, capital A. okay, and is obtained by multiplying the each element of the matrix, multiplying the each element of the matrix, multiplying the each element of the matrix by k. Now see here, this is k into a is equal to k aij. Okay, suppose that if a contains the elements a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, then ka is equal to multiply each element by this k, that is a1 multiply a1 by k, so it is k a1, multiply element a2 by k, k a2, multiply the element a3 by k, that is k a3. Next multiply the element b1 by k, k b1, multiply the element b2 by k, multiply the element b3 by k, like that. So we get this, the matrix, the scalar multiplication of, that is ka. Okay, in particular suppose that minus a is there, so minus a is nothing but what, minus 1 into a, minus 1 into a. Now a is what, a1, a2, a3, b is b1, b2, b3. Okay, so now minus 1 into a means multiply each element by minus 1. So a1 into minus 1 is minus a1, a2 into minus 1 is minus a2, a3 into minus 1 is minus a3, b1 into minus 1 is minus b1, b2 into minus 1 is minus b2, b3 into minus 1 is minus b3. So this is how we multiply a matrix by a scalar, Okay, next comes properties of matrix addition. Always remember, matrix addition is commutative, that is a plus b is equal to b plus a. And similarly, second one, matrix addition is associative, that is a plus b, if a and b, if a, b, c are three matrices, then a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. Okay, and similarly for any matrix A, there exists a null matrix 0 of the same order as A, such that a plus 0 is equal to 0 plus a is equal to a. And similarly here, fourth one, for any matrix A, there exists a matrix minus a of the same order as A, such that a plus of minus a is equal to minus a plus a equal to 0. Okay, so like that, these are the properties of matrix addition. Properties of matrix addition. Next comes matrix multiplication. Okay, how to multiply the two matrix. How to multiply the two matrices. Now see here, to multiply the matrix. Suppose that if A and B are two matrices, if A and B are two matrices, then to multiply, it is very important that the number of columns of matrix A is equal to the number of rows of the matrix B. Okay, then only we can multiply the two matrix. Suppose that if A is a matrix of order 3 cross 3 and B is a matrix of order 3 cross 2. Now see here, the number of columns is what? Here it is 3. The number of columns is 3. And similarly, the number of rows, the number of columns in the matrix A is equal to 3. Okay, this is the number of columns. Similarly, the number of rows in the matrix B is again 3. Okay, so therefore here both are equal. The number of columns in the matrix A is equal to the number of rows in the matrix B. Both are equal. Okay, so therefore we can multiply these two matrices, and after multiplication, the order of the matrix becomes what? This 3 get cancelled, 3 cross 2 becomes, it is a 3 cross 2. After multiplication, the matrix is of order 3 cross 2. Now see here, in this matrix, the number of rows is equal to 3 and number of columns is equal to 3. Okay, in this matrix A. Similarly, in the matrix B, the number of rows is equal to 3 and the number of columns is equal to 2. So it is a 3 cross 2 matrix, and it is a 3 cross 3 matrix. So number of rows is equal to number of rows of this A, matrix A, is equal to the number of columns of the matrix B. So therefore they can be multiplied, and after multiplication, the new matrix it is of order 3 cross 2. So these 3 will get cancelled. Okay, now it is of 3 cross 2. Okay, so now 3 cross 2 means it looks like this. So that is C11, C12, C21, C22, C31, C32. Okay, so how to multiply these two matrices? Okay, that we now see. Now this is a matrix A and this is matrix B. We want to multiply this matrix, and here the number of rows of this matrix A is equal to the number of columns of this matrix B. So now to multiply, what we do, we take the first row of this column, first row of the matrix A. So I write here A11, A12, A13. Okay, and then I take the first column of the matrix B, first column of the matrix B, that is B11, B21, B31. Okay, which is equal to, now what I do, I multiply this element with B11 and this with the second one and third with the third one. Okay, simple. The first element of the row is multiplied with the first element of the column, second element of the row is multiplied with the second element of the column, and the third element of the row is multiplied with third element of the column. Very, very simple. So that is A11 B11 plus A12 B21 plus A13 B31. Okay, so and this is the first element of the first row. Next, take again the first row A11, A12, A13. Then take the second column B12, B22, B32. So B12, B22, B32. Again apply the same technique. The first element of the row is multiplied with the first element of the column. So that is A11 into B12, then plus the second element of the row is multiplied with the second element of the column, that is A12, B22, plus third element of the row is multiplied with the third element of the column, that is A13 into B32 plus A13 into B32. Okay, so like that we multiply these two. Similarly, next is, after taking this one, take the third row. Now third row, take the third row, and then again third row is multiplied with the first column. Okay, that will be here, that is here, third row of this multiplied with the first column, and we'll get this result. And similarly the third row with the second column, and we multiply here, which gives this one. Okay, so in this example this first one becomes the element C11, means it is the first element of the first row. Next, this is the second element of the first row. This is the third element of the first element of the second row, and this is the second element of the first row. Okay, like that, this is the first element of the third row, this is second element of the third row. Okay, so therefore we write all these element in this way. Okay, so and we get a new matrix, and which is of order 2 cross 3. Okay, like that we have to multiply. So this is about a matrix multiplication. So just I think it's a long gap for you, so I think you might have forgotten these main operations. So therefore I just recapitulated these things, and in the next class I will take that is a rank of a matrix, and then what are elementary row transformations, and then what is a row reduced echelon form. Okay, so with this I conclude this session, and I'll continue in the next class. Thank you.